Hello, I just got back from a month-long tour with my band Bent Knee, opening for Haken and Leprous all over the US. It was a super epic tour, and I know it might seem like I wasn't even on it because I kept releasing videos, but I was actually there, and the videos were all in my backlog. But I didn't have a backlog video for today, and the tour really was so busy. I thought I might be able to make a video while I was on the road, but that turned out not to be true. Our van crashed, and we had all kinds of really long drives, and it was real intense. But everyone's okay. We had an excellent experience overall. And if you were at the shows, thanks for coming. So instead of doing a video with high production quality and amazing memes as usual, I'm just going to do this lovely little classic technique of writing while screen capturing. And today, the limitation I'm going to use a 6-tone row. So a tone row is just when you say, I'm going to use these notes and I'm not going to repeat any of the notes until I've gone through all the rest of the notes. So in this case, I'm going to do A, C, D, E, G, G sharp. The reason I chose a 6-tone row is because this way I could get the super consonant, easy to use pentatonic scale plus one extra spicy note there. So if I just put out those notes, these are the 6 notes I'll be using. And for the order of the notes, I'm going to mix up the order a bit, but then I'm going to have to stick to this order. But this order will be C, E, D, G, A, and then G sharp. So this is the same set of notes here, but now I'm going to be sticking to this order through the composition. Now, if that's a little confusing, if you haven't looked at tone rows before, don't worry, it'll make perfect sense in just a second. So let's get started. So my first note has to be a C. It could be a chord with C, E, or C, E, D, or C, E, D, G, or whatever, or all the notes, but I definitely have to start with that C in there. So I'm going to get a C on the bottom, and this is going to be written for guitar, by the way. And I'm going to get an E up here, and I'm going to get a D as well. Nice open D. So I'm going to start writing, and then I'll do some explaining. So I got my first measure here, and you'll see I use C, E, D, G, A, then I've got the G sharp, and then the row starts again with this C. So I've used all these notes once, and I'm starting over again with C again. Let's get that next measure going. Alright, so I've got I'm already making unconventional choices that I don't normally make just because I'm restricted to this order of notes. Oops, I put C, D here. That's a mistake. It should be C, D, and E because I can't skip to D without having that E in there too. And I'm not sure if this is going to be possible to play on guitar. So I'm going to put the D up an octave. Here I go straight through the row. C, E, D, G, A, G sharp. Since I don't have as much choice with which notes to use and when, I have to focus a little more on texture and rhythm when I'm making my themes. So the idea of this rhythm of da-da-da, da-da-da, and da-da-da, and the ba-da-da, those rhythmic elements stand out as stronger in my mind as main themes. this is a pretty cool moment right here where I have the whole tone row playing out starting on the A, G sharp, C, E, D, G, A, G sharp, C, E, D, G, and it sounds like a cool kind of chord thingy. And if I start the row now on the A again, I can repeat this, but then if I add notes, it might cascade in a cool way, so it's boom, do, 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 and then we get up to the G, and then the A, so we make this longer, and now the bass note that I have to get to next is a G sharp, and so then if I follow this sort of structure, but starting on the G sharp here, then I could go C, E, D, G, A, G sharp. So, in other words, we'll have something like this. So we got a phrase like this. And then we ended on the A, so we can do another super low G sharp, and then have this whole phrase be up an octave. And now we've gotten to the A again, so we could put the G sharp here and now start the row over on C. Alright, so at this point we've got some ideas that are okay, but it's just maybe too many ideas and there's not really any structure. There's no real sense of direction here, and it seems to sort of lose a lot of energy at this moment right here. Listen again to how that energy sort of fails. It's like it wants something more to happen here, something a little bit more dramatic. So that's the kind of thing that you work on when you're composing, is you get these little micro ideas, but you try to make something meaningful on the macro level. And I'm sure you've all dealt with that before. So let's think about this a little. Where does this want to go? It wants to go somewhere more active. That's what my head is hearing. And what do we have so far? We have this theme. Da 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 da. And then we have the, that's a big thing. Da 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 da. And this is also a theme. And yeah, it's got a nice moment here. But that's kind of an unhappy feeling that I get from just that note right there. So I'm just going to leave it out, and we'll see if I even end up using this stuff or any of it. Let's see. So one thing that just crossed my mind is what if the C and the G sharp hit together here? And this E is here. It's kind of cool. It would be nice if in this space there was like a ticka ticka, maybe. Let's see, on the guitar. Ticka ticka. That'll just be in my head. I'll remember that's ticka ticka. Ticka little artistic liberty here. I'm going to copy this thing. I'm going to add some more groove to it. So it's going to be dun dun dun. This is going to be 3/8 notes. This will be 2/16. And this will be 2/8. This way we've got a little more groove coming in. And this will be groovy too. I don't think I can get a whole lot more done in this one session, so we've got this nice beginning. Let's take a listen to the whole thing here. And then, we're going to end it there. So that's a section. I would say that's the A section of a piece. Not bad. It's an interesting process. Definitely not the kind of thing I would have written without this restriction. And it's a nice warm-up for getting back in business. I'll see you next week with a bit more of an elaborate video, but I hope this was enjoyable and appreciate you. Thanks for all the kindness and encouragement. I'm listening. I'm reading your comments, and I'm feeling good. Thanks, y'all.